All right. All right. Think we're live. Chris, let me know when you can hear me. The Just want to make sure that we are good. Yeah, Chris, I hear you. Um, but there is a pressure point, you know. Let me know if you can hear me, Chris. Uh, I'll wait till a few people get in here. Jeez, my voice. Holy crap. Morning voice is what this is. All right, cool. Right on. We're going to wait for a couple of people to get in, and then I'm going to address something, even though, like you said, Chris, I really shouldn't have to, but there's only so much a person can take before they have to defend their reputation and stuff. So we're just going to address this and just be done with it. Nancy Alley, welcome. Stream Queen, good morning to you. Zenu Free, good morning. Cubana Chica, good morning to you. Thanks, everybody for being in here. Uh, like I said, let's give this a few. And if anybody wants to jump up on the panel, the link is linked, pinned, I should say, at the top. Mama J, good morning. Watching from Texas. Good morning to you. How's the weather in Texas? Probably hot and humid, I'm guessing, about this time of the year. Um, uh, I would like to go to Texas if it wasn't so hot and humid, but it is hot and humid. Um, I wish I didn't have to do this, y'all. Uh, it's not my favorite thing to lean into drama and nonsense, but I'm gonna have to this morning. I'll explain in a minute. James Still, welcome. Nice to have you here. Appreciate you being on in. Let's get rid of that. I think we're good there. Okay. Hot and humid in Georgia too. Satan called. He wants his weather back. Well, isn't that the song Devil Went Down to Georgia, Chris? So there you go. Miserable, Mama J says, yes. Not sure what's coming, but here for support of you. Thank you, Xenofree. I just want to address something, but let's wait for a few more people because I want maximum exposure to this. I don't normally do this. I don't do drama on my channel, but I have to address something that is very hurtful. Um, Hurtful to me, and probably hurtful to a lot of other people. But I will explain in a minute. Very hot and humid in Central Texas this morning. Yes. Good morning to you. Still sassy at 60. You should be sassy at 60. Um, he left because it was too humid. Yes. Matthew the King, welcome. Nice to have you here. D Savage, welcome. Nice to have you here. Mike Stevens, welcome. Nice to have you here as well. Um, wow, we already got 41 people in here. Drama cells. Smash that like button. Yes, Cubana Chica, thank you. Uh, I know every time I hear you, you're so nice and pleasant. Unless you get on my bad side, Mama J, I don't like to be upset, but I'm a little upset this morning. And this is coming on the heels of what, should have been a very, very good day for me. I just celebrated with K Dot last night, his birthday. I don't know if you guys saw that picture. He was looking really, really fly. Pinche Becky, welcome. Nice to have you here. Let's see. I think I said hi, Mike Stevens. Malta McMurchie, good morning. Nice to have you here as well. All right, let's what part of Central? Yeah, Tempe, Texas. Temple, Texas. I never heard of Temple. Oh, in Houston. Yes, I've heard of Houston. Yes. All right, hold on. Let me give you guys some intro music and then we'll get started. All right, good morning everybody. This is MLH. Welcome to an impromptu show that I deeply did not want to do. Reluctantly, I'm coming to you live from Denver, Colorado, just a few days before my birthday. Um, gonna address something today. Welcome in, Laisha, and everybody else. Malta McMurtry, I think I mentioned you. Pinche Becky says I look like I was going to prom. How dare you, Becky? I had to show out, man. Like those K Dot, man, he was looking fly last night for sure. Yes, that was the Miami Vice theme, Chris. I have a few different intros and outros and stuff like that, but you know, it is what it is. So, but anyways, let's get to the point here. I do have a link pinned at the top if you want to join at any point. I'll leave it open to anybody who wants to come on up. But I have to address something because I feel like I have to. Um, I was accused of something that I never in a million years thought I would be accused of. And I don't understand why. And maybe you guys can be my therapy this morning in understanding kind of why people do what they do. Um, I don't want this to be a bitch session. I want this to be a productive, um, use of our time. So maybe you guys can help me address the unaddressable, I guess is the best way that I can put this. Air Cold, welcome. Nice to have you in chat, my friend. Um, so last night, it was brought to my attention. Someone sent me a clip of, and this is the first time on my channel that I'm going to address DOA. Um, DOA basically accused me of being in another chat and disparaging trans people. And I want to make it very clear. There are so many errors to this statement, and it was verified. I have the clip. I don't care to spread vitriol and hatred towards anybody. So I'm not gonna point you guys towards it. I'm not, but I do want to address it because too many people have been questioning me uh, on this specific incident, and nothing could be further from the truth. Let's address the facts here. Okay, number one, I can't remember the last time I was in. I can't even believe I have to do this, but it's gotten to a point where I've been a central figure in um, this ongoing smear campaign against me and other people like Matthew the King and others. Tanya, welcome. Nice to have you here. Dad Runner, welcome. Nice to have you here as well. You have a right to dislike who you want. This is still America. That's true, Mike Stevens. Yeah, that's fine. But what you don't have a right to do in this country is disparage somebody and also defame them for no reason. All right. Um, I I I take my reputation very seriously, right? And you may agree or disagree with some of the things that I do on chat, but one thing you if you do it's not right, and that's to um disparage me in ways that are just simply untrue. If you're going to attack my character and you're going to attack who I am as a person, then at some point I do have to defend myself, even though it's so ludicrous to sit here before you guys and defend something um, that I really shouldn't have to defend. All right. So let me go through some things here. Okay. I know DOA has been very, very salty at me since I got up in a panel defending my friends. All right. But that's what any good friend does. And when you have the facts on your side, you tend to win more arguments than you lose. Right. So ever since that panel, he's been disparaging Jay, Matthew the King, um, others, um, and it's simply wrong to do. How much further are you going to beat that dead horse? All right. So let's go to the latest accusation that I was in Bao's chat and I was disparaging trans people, right? Number one, as I stated, I can't remember the last time I was in Bao's chat. I simply can't remember. Maybe a year, two. So if, in fact, someone was in there pretending to be me, which has happened to be happened to me before, I disavow that. All right. Um, People are easily fooled, and I can see, like, if somebody hijacks your icon and goes into other chats under a sock account or whatever, it's easily verifiable by a mod. um, so if you happen to be in a chat where there's someone with my icon in there talking smack about anybody, first of all, it's not in my nature to talk smack about people. I simply don't do it on my channel, right? I don't do it. Big Chief's in the house. What's up, Big Chief? Um, so that's the first part of that accusation. Now, the part that hurts me is the part where uh, he said that I was disparaging trans people. Right? I am a very open channel here. Um, I am an ally of the LGBTQ TQ um, community, and I always have been, and I always will be, because I believe people, um, I believe people are people, and people are good in general. I know that there's some bad people out there, but I've always said this. We wouldn't be 8 billion people strong if we weren't vastly the majority good people. So, you know, um, I'm not really okay. CTC, welcome into chat. By the way, I'm not really worried about it, but at some point, don't you have to defend yourself and your own character? I think so, and I think I've remained mostly silent on this. I've tried to avoid confrontation as much as possible. Um, yeah, yeah. So I'm going to address some other things here too. So just bear with me. Let me welcome some more people in that I didn't get a chance to. Dad Runner, welcome. Says DOA is a tyrant and manipulative. I'm going to get to some of that as well. My thoughts on that, because I do believe there's a little bit that needs to be addressed there. So bear with me, and I will talk about that in a productive way, not in a confrontational way, for sure, Dad Runner. But thank you for that. Um, I'm no longer sub to this person and haven't been on his page in weeks. I refuse to even say his name. He's a liar and very toxic. I am not an advocate for unsubbing, but people are free to do what they want to do. I've had more than 300 people unsub from my channel. I think unjustly so. I think a lot of those were probably bots or sock accounts in themselves, but there were a few good people that left. So here's my plea to all of you in chat that are still supporting. I would say welcome those people back when they come. All right, we have to forgive and move on from stuff, and I'm that way too, so you know I just want to make that very clear too. My channel's always been a drama free, loving channel. For the most part, there is drama in the camera frame at times when I'm confronting officers or um those type of things. I'm not going to say it's just purely a love fest on this channel, but people know the relationship that I have with the people that are in chat and the people that comment, the subscribers, the members. I mean, I have love for a lot of people. I really do, and I'm very genuine. If you get to know me, you'll know that I'm nothing um, like how I'm being portrayed. I mean, I haven't been to LA in probably 20 years, and somehow I've been injected into the LA scene all the way here from Denver. You would think that I should start charging rent for the amount of headspace that I've been in DOA's head. It's really really crazy. Mike Stevens says, I'm bisexual. My mom hated it. I also am trans inside, and she hated it. Some of us don't mind being disliked. That's life. I get it, Mike. But here's the thing. I'm an ally, right? I help as many people as I possibly can throughout my travels and throughout my journey through YouTube, right? I started out doing a lot of homeless outreach when I had a food source, and the receipts are on my channel. Um, I try to do the best I can, right? And I'm always trying to help out, whether it's a grieving family of someone that's been killed by the police, um, a homeless person that just needs an ear, um, you know, people that email me that may be going through a tough time. Cinderelli, welcome. Nice to have you here as well. Um, he abuses people in chat. I just talked to him. He talks to people. Uh, he didn't like that. Yeah. I want to address it because I think it is, uh, as one human being that has a lot of empathy and sympathy for other human beings, I do want to address that, and I will in a second. Anti alias, welcome. Is this a God fearing and America loving channel? Of course it is. I love this country. I just don't like the fact that police are making it untenable for a lot of us here. So I hope that addresses that. I go to that person's channel frequently, and I never saw a clone of you in chat. It's just a flat out lie. Okay. That could be. I mean, like I said, I'm giving everybody the benefit of the doubt here. I'm not, maybe he was having a bad day. Maybe he ate some bad food the night before. Diana Johnson, welcome. Um, why would you even be in Bao's chat if you're not right wing? Well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, a lot of people, can go into chat whether they're conservative or liberal. It doesn't matter. But it does beg the question. It does beg the question. Where did that lie come from? People take a kernel of truth, right? I believe Matthew the King was, because I was mentioned in the same breath as Matthew the King and LVC. I had no clue who LVC was until I saw a clip of LVC and DOA, squaring up. Although it really wasn't much of a square up when you hide behind a woman. Um, So there's that. Let me see. Let me get caught up on chat here. Wild Man, welcome, says narcissists are happy as long as you go along with their narrative. When you don't, they act like a 12-year-old kid throwing a temper tantrum. Fact. That could be Wild Man. But again, I'm going to talk about the mental health aspect of this in a minute. Patty, welcome. Nice to have you here. Um, I do have to set the record straight because I'm not going to let somebody attack me and not defend myself. I really shouldn't have to, but it is what it is. KT Pita, good morning. Nice to have you here. Pippi Longstocking, good morning. Nameless, welcome. Let's see. Working around the clock to stop DOA's syndicate of old women donation exploiters. There's so much to talk about. Let's see. What do we got here? McDonald, welcome. Nice to have you here. To a certain extent, you do, but mostly you don't need to defend yourself. Have them prove what they say is true. Remember that only you know your truth. That is correct, McDonald. But I did. What's up, L. Ron Liar? Nice to have you here. If you guys haven't subbed to L. Ron, make sure you sub. He's a fantastic protester. I enjoy his channel immensely. Lurking today, Tanya says. Okay, no worries. It's terrible that you've been thrust into this drama. I agree, Tanya. I don't understand it, but maybe I don't have to understand it. Cinderella says he's an abuser. I do want to talk about that, Cinderella, but let me get caught up on chat. Um, DOA only cares about clicks and likes, egomaniac. Let's not turn this into an attack on DOA. That's the last thing that I want, but I will address some things here. Um, Always made to feel welcome and appreciated here, James. Still, that's the feeling that I want for everybody that comes in here. You know what I'm saying? Ginger, welcome. Nice to have you here. And if I did not address you, hopefully the mods have addressed you. Ismail, welcome. I did hear what happened to Caroline, and I will talk about that in a minute, Ismail. I just want to address the drama first, and then we'll get to what happened there. Yeah, he's more of an anarchist. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see. Uh, let's just keep on going here. Wow, a lot of people in chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Helps to get more people in here. Can we at least get 50 likes? That would be really, really nice. DOA's followers are just as bad as him. I want to address that too. I'm mostly a lurker, but from everything I've seen, you're a good guy and don't talk trash about others. That's true. Lisa Pete, thank you. Or Lissa, I'm sorry. Didn't see the extra S there. Yes, that is true. I don't talk trash about people because it's not worth talking trash about people. But when I have to address my character, then yes, it's an open panel, Sasquatch. There is a link that you can click on if you want to join the panel. At any time, feel free to come on up. East Los is in the house. What's up, East Los? Um, I need you to address this. I'm East Los Audits, not East Los Champ. Okay, I addressed it. There you go. All right, even if you happen to be in Bao's room, when Bao said something transphobic, that doesn't mean you endorsed what Bao said. That is also true, Chris. But I'm here. I stand 100% behind this. I was not in Bao's chat. I haven't been in Bao's chat in probably a year or so. It could have been longer. I don't know. I used to like Bao when he was doing 1A audits. I thought he was comical, not necessarily effective, but comical. But I don't have any dislike for Bao at all. I just to me, I mean, restreaming other people's stuff and it just wasn't interesting to me anymore. So I just stopped going to his chat. It's not nothing against him or anything. Bridge says, unfortunately, he's a chaos creator. Yeah, that's true too. But let's talk about this. Um, it is an open panel. I never understand what leverage is gained by putting another person down. I've been wronged in my life many times and could have justifiably pursued consequences, but I just choose my own lane. That's right, Ginger. I mean, I agree. Hellgear, welcome. Um, let's see. Let me get caught up. Guitar God 80s, welcome. Nice to have you here. Hot and humid down south. Yeah, I bet. Is taken away from why protesters are out fighting against Scientology. I couldn't agree with you more, Bridge. TS, welcome. He's an entertainer and performer, which is why he's so popular and very productive at was very productive at protesting. Uh, yeah, doesn't matter. Welcome. Nice to have you here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not hating on DOA by any shape, form, or fashion, but I do want to address something here, and I always talk about mental health, right? And I think there's something seriously wrong with somebody who is obsessed with bringing others down for clicks and views. Um, I just think it's that in itself says what needs to be said, right? And I really you all would not uh, bow down to him. It was an unfair situation. I agree, Diana. Um, the odds are stacked against you when you don't feed in to the drama, right? As a Christian, I will never accept it. Ka says, yes. Welcome in, Ka. By the way, you people, welcome. Nice to have you here, Eric Rowe. Good morning. Nice to have you in chat as well. Um, so let's deal with the facts first, right? I wasn't in Bao's chat. I wasn't in any Discord. I just created a Discord probably, I don't know, a month ago or less. Flea Factory, welcome. Nice to have you here as well. Namfik, good morning. Just my opinion, I do not hate anyone who protests against Scientology, but when the narrative changes to personal bashing, get real, people. I agree. Witchy Bishy, welcome. No, Ellie is not here. Wishy Bishy. He loves destroying people, leaves a long trail of it. Okay, so this is not going to be a bashing session, but this is going to be a session of addressing some facts and also um, defending my character, right? Which doesn't really need defending because the proof is in the pudding. Um, yeah, I'll address that in a second, Witchy Bishy, about CFW. Last I heard, she's in jail, um, and I think unjustifiably so. I need to see the body cam footage before I can make a determination. But what happened to her probably was wrong. I will say, but we'll address that in a bit. Um, okay, so let's just go with the timeline here. Your character speaks for itself. Lissa says yes. Thank you, Lissa. B-ball chick. Good morning. Started it over, trying to catch up. Yeah, no problem. Um, she's not in jail. You people. Okay. Well, that was the last that I heard. So, you know, shows what I know, right? You people. Here's what I do know. Let's go back to this. All right. I have never once addressed DOA on my channel other than a very um, what I thought was benign thing that I did before all the drama broke out. Um, uh, I basically chalked at the Denver Scientology building. One of things somebody addressed this earlier, so this is why I'm bringing this up. The day before the drama started, uh, I wrote a little benign comment that DOA says in chalk, and it's something that he says quite often. Are you not entertained? So somebody did say it. Um, uh, this isn't a right wing or a left wing channel. Anti alias. This is an everybody channel. Uh, Yeah, this is an everybody channel, just to be clear. Anybody is welcome here. Um, so Carrie Ann, welcome. Nice to have you here as well. So that in itself is probably problematic for a lot of communities that are protesting or supporting a cause, right? If you are in it for entertainment value, it's understandable, it's justifiable, but just do that. Just be entertaining. Don't try to bring people down. If you're a drama channel, that's fine too, but just say you're a drama channel and be done with it. Don't pretend like you are trying to help or further a cause if you are simply bringing down that cause and working maybe unknowingly and unwittingly knowing that you're bringing down that cause. Butterfly is in chat. Welcome. Nice to have you here. I'm usually a lurker and just wanted to let you know I love your channel. Thank you, Butterfly. I appreciate that. And I love the fact that you lurk. Lurkers play a very important part in supporting a channel. So thank you. Solomon, welcome to chat. Thank you for being here. And Carrie Ann, I love your channel. I think Carrie Ann has one of the coolest, most underrated channels out there as far as Scientology protesters go. Make sure you sub to Carrie Ann. She is an amazing human being. Um, so uh, I left off at me writing down his phrase at the Denver Scientology building. Um, so then the next day, I think all hell breaks loose with the whole Ellie saga. And by the way, I have no idea what's going on with Ellie. I wish her the best. Last I heard, she was in the hospital. She's a fantastic person, and you know, I don't understand the vitriol for Ellie at all, and I hope she gets better. Um, that's all I can say about that. Um, let's see. What else we got here? Southern Yankee, welcome. Nice to have you here as well. Um, let's see what else we got here. Abuse of children and elderly is not entertaining. I agree with you, KA. 100%. 100%. Okay. So the main goal of the Scientology protester movement is to, I mean, there's multiple goals, but it's to stop the elderly abuse, stop the kid abuse, um, get rid of tax exempt status, and get rid of the cult, right? Um, yeah, Sasquatch, no worries, man. Thank you for being here. Um, the link is pinned at the top. If you want to join, feel free to come on in. I'm addressing something that I never really thought I would have to address, but when people start talking shit about my character and it gets to a point where too many people are believing the nonsense that's out there, I think I have to say something. John Eagle, welcome. Nice to have you here. Jen, welcome. Nice to have you here. I think it's okay for now, Jen. I mean, you're a better judge of it, Jen. Whenever you know, I would say put sub mode on only. You know, if you want to type in the chat and you're a hater, please sub first, and then I'll be doing some flyer tech live soon. I recently got enough subs to go live. Congrats, Eric Rowe. That's awesome. I do not personally go out to protest, but if I were younger, My actions would be more like UMLH and Denver J, who knows how to speak on a human level. That's kind of the point, right? And I'm not stopping. I'm going to continue to protest and do cop watching and everything else on this channel that um, that I do. Adam Carmona says facts over factionalism. I agree, 100%. 100%, I agree with that. Um, so let's go through some things here so I can get them off my chest and done. So a big chunk of me, the empathetic part of me and the sympathetic part of me is um very sad for DOA. Right? I am legitimately um sad that he is the way that he is. Because I don't think he can help it, to be honest. I think he needs some uh therapy, and I think it should happen very, very soon. Because I mean, if you saw that car wreck, I mean, that's horrific. I mean, I don't know what happened there. I'm glad he's okay. But I don't want him to get hurt or anybody else to get hurt. He's been in a few situations that I've seen now where things could have easily gone south, and things could have went really, really bad. Brandon Mitchell, welcome. Nice to have you here. Um, so I want him to get some help, and I will help as much as I can with that effort if he reaches out, right? And I am genuinely and sincerely offering to help him out. I don't know why I've been in his mouth like so many times. I don't know what it is I did to him to make him feel the way that he feels. But it is what it is. Fleet Factory says it's like he's obsessed with you. He can't go a day without talking about you. I think he might be in love. um, I can't speak on that, Fleet Factory. Let me just say, um, let's just go over everything, all right? So there was the whole drama with Ellie, and then I was dragged into that because Ellie is my mod and all this, and I still don't understand all of it because it's nonsensical and it's horrible. Um, so Ellie is out of the picture, right? Like I said, I haven't heard from her for a very long time, which hurts my heart, to be honest with you, because I've been friends with Ellie for years. Um, and to treat some another human being the way that she's been treated is incomprehensible to me. I think it's a level of cruelty that no human being should be put through, right? Um, so so that all played out, and I thought it would die down. I lost a lot of I call the people that I lost friends. Um, so so that all happened, and it just keeps going. It keeps going with mentions of things that I have not done. And it culminated with me yesterday feeling to a point where I have to come on here and say something. Because if I say nothing, then, it just doesn't go away. It just doesn't go away. To answer your question, um, anti-alias, I have seen Ellie, so there you go. And no, I'm not going to say that DOA is trying to write off my coattails because he's got way more subs than I do, anti-alias. So that's probably not an argument than anybody can use. It's probably not true. This is a situation where power has given rise to the ability to abuse and be cheered on by the bystanders of bullying. I agree, Ginger, and that's why I have to address it. I didn't want to. I didn't want to get up here and say everything that I'm saying, but you know what? At some point, you have to. You can't let somebody just kick you in the ass, over and over. I mean, how many times are you going to take that ass kicking? Sometimes you have to stand up for yourself, right? Yeah, I agree with you, Tanya. It's better to not know them. Yeah. I think I would agree, man. It's a tornado. It's been a tornado through a really decent community. I've met so many great people in the Scientology protesting community, in person, online, via email, text messaging. I mean, all of that. I've just met so many great people, and to have all these great people caught up in this drama is also very concerning, and very, um how should I put this? Very, it saddens me that so many people are in the wake of what I consider just a tornado of vitriol and hatred and stupidity. He's jealous of anyone who is kind and caring. You are a kind soul and well spoken, KA says. Thank you. You're addressing it, so you've given it power. Hopefully, it won't grow bigger than this. Wishy bishy. I understand that, and I carefully considered not doing anything. But at what point do you not defend your own character and your own reputation? You see what I'm saying? Rika, good morning. Nice to have you here. Uh, WWE tactics. I think I agree. Um, let's see what else I'm just gonna get caught up on chat here. Sorry. Voice said that when someone is talking about me, then they are leaving others alone, and I encourage it. Well, that's true too. But how long can I be the whipping boy? You know. Um, so there you go. Um, the drama is definitely a hindrance. I couldn't agree more, Elron. Does anybody think that I wanted to be here on a Sunday morning addressing this nonsense? Absolutely not. Nothing could be further from the truth. So everything culminated with yesterday's comment about me being in Bao's chat and disparaging trans people. I implore DOA to pull up the receipt. If you have receipts, I want to see it, because I can tell you honestly and 100% factually, I wasn't in Bao's chat. I haven't been in Bao's chat for, I don't know, probably a year, and I would never ever say anything to disparage another human being, especially in the trans community. Or, I mean, trans people have enough going on in their lives for me to add to the vitriol and hatred towards trans people. So why would I do that? Why? Ask yourself, why? What personal gain could I get from disparaging another community of people? The answer is simply it's untrue. All right. It's beyond ridiculous how obsessed he is, Flea Factory says. All right. Um uh let's see. So I hope that quells any bullshit that's going around that I said this and that and the other about anybody. It's simply untrue. And if you see it, I encourage you to contact me directly, MexicanLonghair@gmail.com. I will address it. I always get back to my um, emails eventually, and we'll address it. If you have a specific, you know, clip of me saying something that you didn't like, or if you if you have a chat where I said something you didn't like, let's talk about it. All right. He will never show receipts because he has never had any. KA says. I think that's mostly true. Although I will say that anytime something is brought up, there's always a kernel of truth that gets blown out of proportion. Like I believe Matthew the King was in Bao's chat, and Matthew can correct me if I'm wrong. And they were saying stuff, not nothing disparaging about Aja in particular. I don't think. I mean, I wasn't in that chat, so I couldn't tell you. But I think what was said, Matthew said something along the lines of Aja's boobs were a distraction for him. So, I would never say anything like that because I'm just not that way. But I don't see anything super bad about that. I mean, I guess you could interpret it in a bad way, but then you're just grasping for straws. Janet from another planet. Good morning. Nice to have you here. Uh, Guess what? I'm heavily involved with the LGBTQ causes here in Denver. MLH does a lot behind the scenes for the community. Yes, that is true too. Um, you don't get receipts with Bow. That's why they picked to say that it happened there. Yeah, I mean that makes sense too. Witchy Bishy. I mean, if you I don't know if Bao keeps his streams up. I'm not 100% sure if he does, Witchy Bishy. But I'm hoping that it's still up and people can see for themselves. Guitar God says he's unhinged. I was always a fan and will always appreciate what he stands for, somewhat, but he is having issues of some kind. Yeah, and look, let's get into that, right? Let's get into that. Um, I want to talk about the mental health aspect of things. I really want him to get help. And I want him to feel better about himself and others and understand that, you know, not everybody is out to get DOA. Not everybody is anti DOA. Uh, you know, he's afraid for his life from what? I've heard him say that several times. I'm scared for my safety. From who exactly? You know, the homophobia and transphobia in this chat is disgusting. What was transphobia? If anybody's there are three rules to my chat, Rika. No homophobia or transphobia, no racism, and no badgering other chatters. So if any of my mods see any of that, they will immediately jettison uh, um, that crap right on out. I guarantee you, everybody is safe here. All right, everybody is welcome here. All right, so there's that Canadian girl. I actually stopped watching the LA protest because of DOA's buffoonery. It's for tweens. I understand that way of thinking, Canadian girl. I don't understand why any streamer would get upset if a viewer would still choose to watch other streamers. I I'm not upset at that, and I agree with that survivor. Um, I don't get it. I'm not upset that he has, his subs. I am not upset in the least at any of that. What I am upset about is the lies and vitriol that comes out of that channel, and I think it's unhelpful to any cause, let alone a seriously important one like protesting Scientology. The irony is that if he really wants to go after someone, he should watch Double A Ron with Andrew Gold. The assertions in that interview are disgusting. I have not seen that, Ginger, but I am curious now. King Bluto, welcome. Nice to have you here. Um, Bow, BAO, Bow, BAO. That's the chat that we're talking about. Um, let's see. Yeah, Rika, I mean, look, I mean, have I not been gracious this entire time? Have I not ignored the vast majority of what's going on? Like what else can I do? Honestly, what else can I do? I'm sitting out here extending an olive branch to DOA. Let's talk about this. Maybe we can talk via email. Maybe we can talk via phone. Whatever the case is, let's work this out. Maybe I can help him out. I don't know. but you have to want to help in order to receive it. You understand? Um, let's see. Yeah, they get more nasty as they get older. I'm not a psychiatrist, wild man, but I mean, that could be true. If they're scared, they can be sheep and call the police. Oh boy. Yeah. Let's not call the police on anybody. You have it set it on every stream. Pinche Becky says yes. By the way, the link is active. If anybody wants to join the panel for the next few minutes, feel free to click the link. I'll get you on up. Um, yeah. Uh, Bao has lost his just lost his mind. I'm not gonna speak on anybody else, as far as but I do think there's issues there too, Rowdy Patriot. But I don't have anything against Bao. Um, although he said some really disparaging things towards trans people that's not very nice. But you know, everybody has their hangups, I guess. Watching DOA talk to Aaron was like watching a child talk to an adult. He couldn't be serious even when he tried. It's called Clash with Bow, Diana Johnson. If you're interested, um, let's see. Rawson, question: the panel you did with Jay, you invited DOA. He said he never got the invite, which I find hard to believe. No, Rawson. What happened is Jay. By the way, thank you for being in here. Jay sent a link directly to his phone, and DOA claimed that it was on his second phone that was in his van. And I mean, I'm not in the business of calling anybody a coward. Maybe that's true. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but it does seem kind of funny, right? Wouldn't you be in that chat? Wouldn't you? I mean, I think he was in the chat at some point, and Jay sent him the link and said he sent the link. So if he sent the link and you wanted to come up and address things, why wouldn't you? I mean, why wouldn't you get your second phone that was in the van and get on up there? I don't think Jay had every single one of DOA's numbers, so you know. Disturbing how he continues to troll Becky, you, and others. It's just creating drama to maintain interest in content, and he is being stirred on the why the real bad actors, aka the trolls, in his chat. Um, that's, I mean, that's plausible, Antics. Thank you for being in here, by the way, Antics. I don't think I said hey to you. DOA's right wing friends are the danger. I'm not going to say that. Digital Connection Media, but thank you for being in chat. This channel is all inclusive. It's not right wing, it's not left wing, it's not middle, it's not centrist. It's everything, right? Everybody is welcome here. Except for a very small contingency of people, like people that have said bad things about my kids who don't know my kids. Um, you know, uh, there are certain exceptions, but everybody is welcome for the most part. DOA very absolutely doesn't know MLH at all. His statements are absurd. MLH is a fixture here in Denver. Outside of Scientology protesting, he does a ton of outreach for other communities. That is true too. Flea Factory, I do a plethora of things. You guys know I'm a man of many hats. I do a plethora of things. I cop watch, I do audits, I do protesting, I do civil rights activism. I do a myriad of things and very important things. And I'll talk about some of that later on in another show or podcast or whatever. People live their life how they want. It's no concern to me. That's right, Rowdy Patriot. I couldn't agree with you more, right? That is such an American patriot statement, Rowdy Patriot. Thank you for saying that, right? What people do with their own lives matters not to me, as long as they're not hurting other people, right? Um, let's see. Long list of victims, Pinche Becky says. Yeah. Like I said, if anybody wants to jump up on the panel, I'm almost done. Unless somebody jumps up. Uh, the link is pinned. You can just click on that link and you'll be right here. Uh, this is boring. Okay, Brandon Mitchell, thank you. Thanks for being here. Um, I've been in the 1A activism since the beginning. Don't think there's anyone on YouTube that's done it longer. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, Pinche Becky, just click on the link and that'll take you right on up. You don't understand how unhinged his right wing friends are. CLVC, they were best friends. I only expressed it doesn't mean your channel. Yeah, no, right. KT Peta, I see you're trying to get up here. Somehow your devices aren't connected. Like maybe you didn't allow StreamYard to pick up your mic. I think that's what. Keeper, welcome. How dare you? I'm not fixed. Hold on a second here. KT Peta, I can't add you uh, until you allow StreamYard to pick up your mic at least. But I do see you there. I don't know if you can hear me. I cannot add you until you connect your device. Oh, there we go. KT Peta in the house. What's up, KT? Can you hear me, KT? KT Peta, you're live. Can you hear me? KT, can you hear me? Corcola, Co-Arcola, I think that's how you say that. DOA really let me down. I used to adore him, but because of his unrealistic and accusatory actions, I'm not watching Scientology protests with the same eye and also discovered the cowardice of others. That's unfortunate, Corcola. Hold on. Let me try something with KT here. Oh, she just dropped. Dang it. All right, let's try to add back to the stage. KT, can you hear me? KT, can you hear me? Let me try removing her and then adding her. All right, KT, can you hear me? Your mic's not working. I don't know if you can hear me, but you might need to add. Uh, let's see. Yeah, let me. Uh, hopefully, you'll figure that out, KT. Sorry, I don't know what's going on there. Um. Oh, formerly News Now Ohio. Yes, I'm aware of you, Rowdy Patriot. So yeah, there you go. Uh, wow, Matthew, if that's true, that's crazy. Let's talk about CFW for a second. Carolina Fort Worth. Um, she was attacked by a cop yesterday. I don't have all the info on that, but let's hope for the best um, on her recovery. Wow, she's in the trauma center. You said it's your birthday next week, and since you're taking the week off, happy birthday, bro. Thank you, Chris, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that. It is my birthday on Wednesday. I said I'm taking next weekend off. You'll probably see me during the week, Chris, but thank you nonetheless. I'll make sure and spend it very wisely. Um, KT, can you hear me? Sorry if you can hear me, KT. We cannot hear you. Something's going on with your mic. Let me just kick you out for just a second. You can come on back. No problem. Let's kick. There we go. Kick guest. All right. All right. Here's someone that has been in the crossfires of DOA. Pinche Becky, welcome. Nice to have you here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, let me just remove my. I think I have
Oh,
a hard time when I wear my earbuds. Hi,
uh,
guys. You
hey.
know, I've tried this whole diplomatic, you know what, if you don't say much, nothing much else is going to be said about you. Let me tell you something. I'm about sick and tired of keeping quiet. I'm about sick and tired of sitting back and watching him destroy so many damn lives. I'm sick and tired of it,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I have the receipts. I've seen everything that he's done to other people. He's done this to three other women,
Yeah,
because he only goes after women. And yes, I have the receipt.
yeah.
I'm not the only one. The reason why you're being targeted is because A, you defended Ellie, A, you continue to speak with me, A, B, C, D, LMLOP. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So I'm not the only one. I'm probably his fourth victim, if not a whole long line of them.
Yeah, yeah. KT, are you there?
Yes.
All right. We finally got you up here. Technical difficulties. What's up, KT? Nice to have you up here. What's up?
Oh, good morning, everybody. It was
One.
it was the old plug, so sorry about that.
No
Oh,
worries. No worries.
okay. So I was making a cheat sheet, so if I may,
Sure.
and let me know if I overstep. All right. So in general, no matter how mad you get, no matter what the circumstances are, and this goes for me too. Okay. Don't get so mad that you start talking shit at the person, to the person, about the person right at that moment or 5 days later. My thing is that as a viewer, as a watcher, as a subscriber,
Hmm.
this is all my point of view. Okay, this is just me. And I got literally sick over all this shit. It fucking took me so far back. So anyway,
Hmm.
going back to the beginning, as a viewer, guys, remember this. I am not a streamer, although one day I might have the balls. Mod problems are not our, meaning viewers' problems. If you do make a panel, and this goes for anyone, including me, do not invite a panel and then overspeak them and I'm trying not to swear. Don't overspeak them. That's what a mute button is for. You invite somebody to the panel, and yeah, emotions get hot or they are hot. I get that. But don't overspeak them and give them a chance. Put the mute button on. Allow that person to speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't like somebody, agree to disagree. Trash talking proves that you're not totally focused on the cause if
Mm.
it continues.
That's a great point, KT. I think I would agree with that. I think the message was definitely lost somewhere in there. And I don't exactly know uh the point where it was lost, but I think I agree with that 100%.
Okay. Do and my advice, okay, and I had mentioned this to the person in the chat, and I believe that they caught on to it because that person actually kind of hesitated for a second where it kind of clicked in their head. Don't ask for help by saying you don't want help. You ask for help, you get the help, everybody comes together, and when stuff hits the fan, then it's everybody's fault and they get splattered over. And another thing, and so I'm sorry, guys. I try to get like I do have a problem like the a person that is being discussed or has been discussed. My heart is in the right place, but sometimes I cannot get all the words out the way I'd like it to translate. But that was a big thing for me. Um, a major thing for me is that the protesters have been fighting forever, saying, we're not a group, we're not a group, we're not a group. This has been said over and over again. Then all of a sudden, it's a group And that's when it became a problem to my my viewing that I saw.
Mm.
The plan was not taken, and believe you me, the intentions were good, but because the plan was not, it wasn't taking time and it was rushed, it all broke up. And the credit is that no other protester has done what was done. Um, this goes to a lot of people. When you, including me, visitors, when you come to another area, you are a guest. My suggestion would be it's just like coming into their home. Again, intentions good, results are shit. You shouldn't stir the whole thing up and then leave the mess behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, again, physical situations, certain situations, we all handle things differently. When shit hits the fan or a death in the family, you're that particular person is in the moment. Don't be so quick to judge.
Mm. Mm.
But again, things got from a whirlwind. I remember day one, and I put this in the chat. I was truly rooting as a viewer, like, yes, this is so good. But then the more organized it get, the more a group it became, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And again, this is not a slam. This is truth. Again, people, remember, feelings are important, but facts are more important and what matters. Do not talk shit with your feelings because it doesn't do anybody good, whether it's the
Mm.
mods or the viewers or the
Mm.
streamer or the supporters or the donators. And
Fifis. Yes, we talk a lot about that. People up in their feelings. It's like, um,
and this includes me, and not for nothing, whoever pays whoever, whether it's uh, a PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Super Chat, whatever the donation is, it's nobody's goddamn business. And you know what? It's up on the screen. And if somebody gets fucked with the IRS, then that's their goddamn problem. It's not yours. It's not mine. Who
yeah.
cares?
Let me address something real quick that you said, KT. It's about the grouping, and Dadant is in chat. And by the way, Dadant, I've seen a lot of your videos. I don't agree with all of them, but there's a lot of truth in your videos. The thing about it is, and I'm not going to say DOA. Data is of the belief that DOA is like trying to get RICO charges on people, but this is
Yes,
okay.
yes.
All right,
I told him that.
all right. So here's my feeling on that matter. Anytime that you get a group of people together and you start organizing stuff a la an encampment, you do open yourself up for that type of those type of charges. And there's a lot of innocent people that get caught up in that bullshit, right? I've seen it happen here in Denver before. I've seen it happen in other cities where, everybody has good intentions and then they show up and then all of a sudden they're slapped with RICO charges, right? And RICO charges are very serious, federal charges
Hmm.
that could cost people years of their life, right? So I'm not gonna say that he intentionally did that. Maybe unintentionally, KT. But there is truth to that. There is danger in that. So I would caution against stuff like that. And just stay you and be you and protest. I'm not discouraging people from protesting because I think it's super important. I think the work that Pinche Becky has done over the years has been super important. It's not easy to go into Skid Row and try to help a lot of those people out
Mhm.
with their needs, but their Pinche Becky it was and is doing that type of work.
Yep.
And it's wrong to have somebody say that somebody is handing out meth pipes and needles and stuff when it's simply untrue. I've never seen anybody do any type of proof
Not
on that,
there.
Becky.
Okay.
Not
It's
at the encampment.
ridiculous.
Can
Yeah,
can, if I may, I'm sorry to interrupt you, MLH. This
no,
is your
no, go
channel.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I personally also would like to address Becky because she's a human being and it's her community. And that's what she's one of the many people that I used that analogy. You come to their home, meaning to, travel to another person's community where they live with good intentions, stir shit up, mess up their home, tear it up from the floor up and dip out for whatever reason. But here's what I would like to say to Becky.
Hmm.
As a viewer, when I chat with you, because it's fair, I'm speaking to you,
Yes.
my message sometimes may not be translated in the right way, meaning that some people are overly sensitive or they take things the wrong way. But for you personally, I felt bad in the regards that you were so upset. And that's why I was like, stop crying. But the main thing is this: when somebody accuses you of doing something so serious, because let's be honest, if you get stuck with a needle, I don't give a shit. I would be shitting bricks. But here's the point: nobody wants to be accused of something so serious. And facts over feelings, facts matter. When you were blamed for giving a needle or a crack pipe, I was waiting for somebody to say in that panel, hey, legend, did you see Becky give them the stuff? Yes or no? And I did not hear that. What I did hear was he said, Greg told me that Pinche Becky gave me the stuff. Now,
Okay.
if you want to play tit for tat really quick, who
Yeah.
you've known longer, Becky or Greg, but that doesn't even matter. The point is, did you see it? To
Yeah.
accuse somebody of something so serious, that's where facts go. So that people let that be a lesson no matter what your YouTube is about. Don't talk shit unless you were there and you saw it with your own eyes.
Okay, so let me address this. Somebody in chat said I saw the video where Becky did have needles and crack pipes.
She
Okay.
was she was displaying that to confident Chris, and she took each piece out of the bag saying, this is what I carry, this is
Not a
what I
needle.
carry.
I didn't
But
take out any needles.
but
Yeah.
here's the thing. Again, who saw Becky hand him that shit? Now,
Right.
if there was proof, then Becky, you're dead wrong. But I haven't seen it. I went through the streams, and I'll shut up now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Let
Let
me.
me just address that real quick. I'm
Yes.
sorry,
No, no, no. Go ahead.
Mexican long hair.
Go ahead, Pinche.
The video that they're talking about me giving out syringes. First of all, I don't give out needles and just for the F of it. I gave out syringes over to the LA Cause because they give out needles.
Yeah, you brought that
And
up before. You brought that up
I
before.
I
But
brought it
I'm
up. Now,
but
something that I normally don't talk about is that I have a phobia for syringes.
right. But we were just talking.
Unfortunately,
We just want to talk about the encampment.
hold
That's
on.
what's important.
The encampment. Now, hold on. That's where I'm getting at. At the encampment, I had just gone over to the drop-in center to go pick up those supplies at his request. Now, what they give me is usually just they put everything in a bag. They give it to me. Here you go. Because they normally give you what they have. The one thing I will always tell them is please no syringes. I don't pass them out. Period. Dot end of story. Um, so what they put in this bag is usually what I get. Sometimes it does include crack pipes. Yes, I do pass out crack pipes. I did not pass any at the encampment. I pass those out specifically on Skid Row.
Mhm.
Okay. And those are not passed out. I don't give them the substance. They're going to use what they're going to use, what they're going to use. And unfortunately, with that comes quite a few other that I like to say cooties that come along. Now, did I have them that day? Yeah, I just come back from I just came back from the drop-in center.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so what I teach is harm reduction. Okay. At the end of the day, my goal is whoever is willing to come to me to get the help, I will get them the help.
Yeah.
So, KT Peter, in that case, no, nobody can say that they saw me passing out any of those two items because I did not pass them out.
Right. Right.
And
Okay.
and
That's definitive, Pinche Becky. I think we put that completely to rest. I don't think you need to even say it anymore. I mean, it's just it's ludicrous. All right, to think that you did that over at the encampment, and it's just wrong, and it's defamatory,
the point
and
the
it should
point
never have happened.
the
Sasquatch, nice to have you here, bud. Sorry I didn't get to you sooner,
Oh, you're
Sasquatch. What's up,
good.
man?
I'm aware this is not a usual panel, and I might not be the best guest for this. This is not a funny place right now, and I get that. So
I,
I'm going to lay low for a minute until the humor starts. Eventually, inevitably, you're good, brother.
all
You're a
right,
good. Sister. I'm not sure
all
what this is. It's just a weird sign. Peter, you're good too.
all right. Thanks, Sasquatch. Okay, so I hope that this has cut through the majority of the bullshit. I'm sure there's going to be more. There's going to be backlash. I understand that there's going to be backlash with anything.
There's backlash anyways, regardless of what we do.
That's what I'm saying, Becky. But there was a point where, like, the whole, MLH was talking shit about trans people and Bow's chat thing really got to me, because it's nonsense, and it's hurtful, and it's defamatory. And if I had money, I would consider legal action, because that you can't just say stuff like that and cause me not only mental harm but also financial harm. I mean, I've lost over 300 people because of this, and that
Yep.
may not seem like a big deal, but when you have, a channel of 6,600 people, and all of a sudden you lose 300, that's a major issue and a major problem that should never have happened, you know and people kept telling me, well, these are people that you really didn't need in the first place. I think I lost a lot of good friends over this, you know so yeah, that may be true. uh but there are some people that I lament not having in my chats anymore because of this.
Yeah, same
You see
here.
what I'm
I lost
saying?
400,
Yeah.
and
And
my channel was only close to, I think maybe 300. It was close to 2,500 at the time,
yeah,
and
yeah,
all
guy
because of life.
yeah.
and guys, just also, you know, assumptions are really messed up. Aja the other day had a fake Aja account, and I don't know everything about YouTube and chat and stuff, but fake accounts happen all the time. So even if you saw a Mexican long hair in there and it wasn't you, no, nobody in, the outside would have said, "Oh, that could be a fake account."
I bet you I would have. It wouldn't
I
take
sure
but a
would.
couple
I did it all
comments
the
from
time.
MLA. If it's not from him, I'll spot it,
And
and
Yeah.
they'll
that's
be me.
Yeah, and anybody can go in a Bow's chat, and even if they don't like trans, or they don't like Trump, or they don't like this, that's his chat, and that's his channel. You don't like it, get out. You don't like my channel, I'm sorry, you can go. The thing of it is that people are so goddamn sensitive sometimes. It's like, get the stick out of your ass and just chill out. Muted. I
Yeah.
had a Bernie moment.
No worries, no worries. Bernie's in studio too. I want this channel to be positive. It's always been as positive
It's
as
always
it
been
can.
positive.
Yeah. Well, not always. Sometimes I get into sticky situations with cops and stuff. And there's somebody in chat was talking about Carolina Fort Worth, who was doing some sort of audit. I saw the video, and it's horrific. Apparently, she's in a trauma center because some idiot cop decided to drop her on her head. And I wasn't the biggest fan of CFW, Carolina Fort Worth, but what I am a fan of is accountability. And I hope those cops get accountability for their actions. It's absolutely ridiculous. So that's my thought, my initial thoughts on that, and that's where I stand. I have not seen extensive video of what happened. I can't wait to see the body cams on it, and I hope and pray that Carolina Fort Worth pulls through so she can tell her side of the story and get justice for what happened. It's pretty ridiculous. A good thing is I found you, MLH, through all of this. Tanya says, "Thank you, Tanya. That's actually very, very kind of you, and I appreciate that. Like I have found quite a few new friends through protesting Scientology, and I appreciate the people that have stuck around. And here's Jen wanted me to say this earlier, and I didn't get a chance to say it, but Jules put it up on the screen about needles. CDC says that participants in syringe exchange programs are 5 times more likely to enter drug treatment programs,
It's
and
true.
that is true. And that's important work that people do. People think that if you're giving syringes to people that you're just getting them hooked on drugs. These people are already hooked on drugs. All right. So the point is try to get them out of doing the drugs and into uh, that type of stuff. Right. All right. Oh, look who's here. It's our good buddy, Nomfic. How are you, sir?
Doing good, MLH. I just wanted to get on here and sort of appeal to some of the older people in my generation. Um, we're retired and we get on YouTube because it's something that we can get ourselves involved with, such as the taking down of Scientology, which uh, is 100% what I agree with. Uh, Using them as a tax shelter is a wrong thing to do when the rest of us are out here paying our taxes and
Oh yeah.
trying to make sure that everything is going copacetic until we leave this world. Uh, I love watching all of the streamers that are involved, the SPTV, the Aftermath, everyone who is involved in this. And as long as everybody can stay focused on that, I'm sure that they're going to get stronger. Everybody is going to accomplish what they want to by taking down Scientology and exposing them for what they really are.
Yes.
I I like to see the camaraderie that people can get together and say, we're doing this and it's going good. But there are some people who are using that platform to better themselves. And to me, that is totally wrong. If you're not with the program and you're in it for yourself, go go someplace else.
I agree.
Because everyone is trying to accomplish a goal. And if you're trying to do it for monetary gain because uh, you have no other source of income, okay, that's fine. But don't try to be number one because everyone is equal. We're all human here, and we've got to treat each other humanly. Um, I love the way that you and Jay can look at people and talk to them as another human being rather than down your nose and start screaming. The one thing I noticed about someone is the first time they came into LA, uh, it wasn't more than 30 seconds before they're calling them names. And I thought to myself, is this the way you treat other human beings? Is because someone has a belief, you're going to sit there and or not have a belief just because they are like associated with something like the uh, owner of La Poubelle.
Mm,
Um, I completely disagree with DOA's thinking when it comes to that, because people, it's not that they agree with what happened. It's when you have a friend and then something. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Um,
That was just an echo, bud.
Yeah, you're good. No.
okay. Um, the person is being accused with association, and they don't personally know her. They don't know how she is. It's just because so-called letters were written, because that person who was jailed, which definitely needed to be jailed. I do not believe in people who think that it's perfectly okay for someone to take advantage of someone while they are under the influence of, whether it be alcohol or a controlled substance. That's totally wrong.
Mm.
Um, but I'm going way off track here.
Yeah,
Um,
it's okay.
I don't think that this person, I'm just going to say it. DOA, when I first started first tried to talk to him, I tried to appeal to his intelligence side and common sense side by saying, if a person, you you advocate the freedom of speech, our First Amendment, which is, I agree, to be 100% true. We need that right. But to turn around and force someone to think the way that you do, by, if they don't make the right comment, you squish them off your channel and that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, what happened to the other people that have their opinions and the right to speak?
yeah,
If you're keeping it on track, as long as you're not hurting other people uh, in their feelings and their opinions, because I'm sure everyone has heard this comment. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
yeah, yeah,
Well, you know, you've got to be able to listen to what other people say and formulate what they say to see if it's for the better good. If it isn't, so be it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
But don't sit and take them down
yeah,
just because they have their opinions.
yeah. Let me
You know,
address something that was said in chat here. We're allowed to unsubscribe, though. Dempsey says MLH just said he's not anti-trans or anti-LGBT. If someone is in bows making hateful comments, it's our right to have accountability. It's not sensitive. I agree, Dempsey, but the point is, I was never in bowels, so that kind of moots that point. And you're allowed to unsubscribe and subscribe to whoever you want, but I feel like undue influence there. Like I would never tell somebody to unsub from somebody because first of all, it's against. And I'm not saying anybody else did this, but it's against YouTube guidelines. KT Peta, you want to say something else? Sorry, I'm blabbering here. Go ahead.
No. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Um, damn it! If I do this one more time, I'm gonna be pissed. Jesus, I had. All right. If I. No, wait a minute. I thought about it.
If you think about it, we'll just interrupt me, KT, and we'll
Be,
be.
being a seasoned person is not fun. Damn it.
Season
Well,
all
I just want to say that I really appreciate Katie Pete. I see her in a lot of my streams, always giving
Yeah,
support. No, I've never taken anything you've said uh, in an ill way. I haven't.
yeah,
I'm I haven't. I just want you
We
to know that because I did see your message last time.
Yeah. KT is awesome. Jay DSA
Yep.
is in chat. He says he's way late. That's okay. It's all good, Jay. It's all good. You're here. That's all that matters. Um, I'm trying to get caught up in chat.
I
I
can't see
don't.
the chat, so I'm relying on you.
Yeah. I don't want to listen to DOA get dissed. I'm here for MLH and his views. I'm not dissing DOA, Nameless. Thank you for being here, by the way, Nameless.
I have
I'm.
an observation.
Yes. Go ahead, Sasquatch.
All right. So a lot of people in the YouTube chats on the non-creator side of YouTube, the people who consume our content, have this really weird belief that there's such a thing as freedom of speech on YouTube. The only freedom of speech you are allowed on YouTube is that which YouTube permits and then the channel owner themselves permit. Beyond that, you have no right to say anything at all. If someone doesn't like what you say and they have the power to block you, that is their right. And I'm using quotation marks for that because you
Right.
must protect the channel first.
Right. Right. Uh,
Everything else falls by the wayside.
Hit that like button if you guys haven't already. That helps the algorithm, the channel, all that good fun stuff. We're basically 9 away from 100. I very rarely get up to 100 likes, so thank you guys for that. So you're right, Sasquatch. 100, times over. YouTube controls the narrative for the most part, and the channel owner controls the narrative to a lesser scale. It's not fully 100% a First Amendment platform, if you will. I don't think there are any such thing as that except your own self. When you're out there, you're protesting, you're saying the things that you want to say, and there also is time, place, and manner, right? There
Sure.
are there are things such as defamation. I mean, you have a right to say what you want to say, but sometimes there are consequences to what you say and what
You have freedom of speech, but not a freedom from consequences. Say what you
right.
like, but you will reap the whirlwind.
Yes,
Yep.
that's right. So, your channel, your rules, or my channel, my rules. Same thing. Free from lies says yes. I agree with that, and I have very few restrictions in my chat. I try to keep it as open and honest as possible. No homophobia, no
That's your
transphobia.
first. You've always said that.
Yeah, no racism because I don't think there's any place for that. And also don't badger other chatters. It's pretty simple. It's not rocket science, I'm not here trying to suppress anybody's right to say what they want to say, but there are consequences to say that. Don't mind Dempsey, who's a loyal fan of DOA and is heavily influenced to hate anyone that DOA calls a quote bad actor. Let's talk about that real quick, and then I don't want this to be any longer than what it's been. Bad actor. What does that mean to you, Pinche Becky?
And his a bad actor just means that you get a raspberry award. It
Yeah,
just means you suck at
that's
acting.
what I'm
I'm
saying.
not an actor. I'm not an actor, first of all.
Right. Well,
Now, in his definition, it means that someone that's out there pretending to be something they're not.
yeah,
That's how I take it. First of all, this is me, 100% me. You guys only see 20% of what happens in my life. You guys don't see everything that happens in my life. His reputation might not matter, but my reputation does because of the type of work that I do. I'm a patient advocate. And yes, until I get blue in the face, I'm a harm reduction specialist. I'm also a huge advocate in my community. So what people think of me on a personal level, I can care less, you know. But
yeah,
what people think of me as far as what I do in my out in my community, it does hurt me. And most importantly, it doesn't just hurt me. It hurts
yeah,
the community because
yeah,
I'm out there helping them. And if they cannot have trust in me, then I feel that I can't do an adequate job.
Right.
I,
Right.
that's what I mean by all that.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that I don't care. I'm fat. I'm fat. I'm old. I'm old. I don't give a fuck what they think about that. But I do care about what they think about where I was at as far as my community.
I agree with that 100%. Let me address a couple of things here. Someone in chat, Witchibishi says, any updates on the movie? Witchibishi, I filmed as much as I could. I just don't have the actors to um, finish the movie. I filmed probably 15-20% of it. I can't finish it without actors, and I pretty much have to start over. So maybe it'll get made at some point, maybe not. But I did film about I'd say 15% of it. And it was good for what it is, and I had a lot of fun and stuff like that. But that's more than most people can say in their lifetime. I made a script. I thought it was a bang up script. I'm gonna release the script to everybody, witchy bishy, so you all can see it. But I thought it was a pretty good movie in general. I needed the actors and
I'm
act.
a bad actor if you want me.
Hey,
Well,
Mick,
I'm a slightly below average actor, Pinche Becky. So
I want you to do me a favor, bro. If this
yes,
ever reaches a point where you need like a trailer done, I
yeah,
want you to get me and Wallace together and let us do the trailer voice.
okay, right. Well, that'll definitely work, Sasquatch. You definitely have the voice. I did have a role for you in the movie as well. You saw the script, I think.
You sent me an excerpt. You sent me part of it.
Oh, I didn't send you the whole thing.
I
I'll
don't
have to
think I
send
got
you
the
the whole
whole one. I got about 2 pages, 3 pages, something like that.
thing.
I have
And
no
then
idea what you're
another 2
talking about.
pages
What
later.
movie?
I
hey,
Well, okay. So here's the thing, Peachy Becky. I do a lot of things, right? Well, I thought that I should write a movie, and I did. I wrote a movie. So I wrote it and I scripted it and I started directing it and started acting in it. So that's why I say I'm a slightly below average actor.
Mhm.
So,
well,
not a
so
bad actor, just slightly below average actor. So there you go.
hey,
Uh,
MLH, I just wanted to tell you really quick, and
yes.
Sasquatch, I think you're going to have a lot of panty droppers in the chat from now on. But I,
You mean more?
a lot of panty droppers.
Yeah.
Uh,
All
Uh,
right. So I remembered what I wanted to say.
yes,
Oh,
KT, go
oh,
ahead.
all right. I'm sorry. My bad. What did change for me was the distraction issues that were going on, and it made me ill. However, this is what I want to say in the end. I
Yeah.
will watch the streamers I want, and this goes for everybody. I will watch the streamers I want to watch. I'll
Uh-huh.
support the protesters I choose to support. But here's the key kicker. And if the truth tellers saying they're telling the truth turn out to be the liars in the end, then there you have it. Those that were called liars or accused of lying were telling the truth in the end, then there you have it.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I and that is the key point that I forgot to mention. And
Yeah.
that's all. But let's worry about that later. Let's take care of this shit first. And if you want to stir the pot, then have at it. But those that are focused, stay focused. But save that season for the ending, for the finale. In the end, we'll find it. And if you're in the drama and you want to find out, then there you go. But everything comes to light. So those telling the truth that are lying, we'll find out. But that doesn't matter. Right now, it matters what you guys are out there doing. And
Yeah.
however, whatever your position is, the children, the adults, the lying, the
Yeah.
money, whatever, it doesn't matter. You do you and
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah. I agree. Hey,
Thank
I agree.
Nana Boss is in the house. What's up, Nana Boss?
Hey, Emily, how are you?
I'm as good as I can be on a day such as it is. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I just wanted to pop in. I'm not here to start trouble or bash anybody or anything like that. And I just want to say that MLH, you're amazing. You were on my show. We had a long talk, and I support you. I just wanted you to know that I support you. I support what you do. Um, because when you and I talked that day on my show, we really, because I wanted, the reason I wanted to speak to you specifically was because you're not you're not just out there for Scientology. It's the background of the First Amendment auditing that you have that was amazing to me, that the knowledge that you have. And I just feel like I I clicked on the link when I heard you say that you like lost subscribers because the the knowledge that you have that you can share with all of us, it's sad to see that people aren't picking up on the knowledge that you and the foundation that you already have in that community.
Mm,
And it's really sad to see, and I feel so bad about that. And
yeah.
Caucasian Sasquatch, I'm really missing your like whirly background that you normally have, because he and I know each other from a different community, so
Yeah. I love Sasquatch. I think he's got one of the most unique programs on YouTube, and I think it's a matter of time before
Well,
he's
now I need to subscribe.
yeah, absolutely,
Mhm.
Pinche Becky. It's
I,
his channel's wild. It
Yeah, his channel's cool.
um I want to say a couple of things before we end here. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go, and I appreciate everybody being up here. First of all, I want to one day have a mustache like Nomfic, and I one day want to have a beard like Caucasian Sasquatch. It's never going to happen because I can't grow one
There it
that big.
is.
But I do have a goatee to die for, which neither of
Right,
them
right.
have. So
You
uh,
have to feed your beard. I suggest blondes and brunettes.
blondes and brunettes. Okay, yes, yes. All right. So the final message I want to give is let's not hate on DOA. This it's not. This isn't what this is about. But this is defending
Mhm,
character, right? Um,
mhm.
Pinche Becky has done nothing but good work out there from what I've seen. I have you know, no doubt that she is not a bad actor. Sasquatch is Sasquatch and is an awesome dude. And should you guys should sub to Sasquatch because his show is amazing. None of us has a great show too. Make sure you sub up and she does her thing over there, and hopefully you gain at least what I lost. None of us. And, Nomfic is just an all around great dude. So thank you for being up here as well. Do you guys want to say anything before we leave? Pinche Becky, you first.
I just want to say this. Um, it's not about bashing him. It's not about going against him. It's not about hating him. I don't hate anybody. I don't give anybody that much power over me. But I do know this because I have seen the receipts. He has left a long trail of destruction everywhere he has gone. I'm his fourth victim, if I remember correctly, as far as documented victims.
Yeah,
And actually, no, let me backtrack. I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor. And I
yeah,
will survive this because regardless of whether I have a YouTube channel or don't, I'm still going to do my thing.
yeah,
And that's all I have to say to that.
yeah. All right, thank you, Becky, for being here. Sasquatch, any final words before we get off the air with your deep, sensual, sexy voice?
I love each and every one of you like a brother and a sister. And I say, if you give me any trouble tonight, I'll come over there with some lube and a little bit of friendliness.
I love you, Sasquatch.
That's pretty since she
Thank
loves
you.
Sasquatch, of course.
and I
Of
love
course you would.
and I love Becky and Nomfic and everybody else.
Shit,
And you.
that's the
Thank you.
thing.
Thank you.
Bernie loves everybody.
Oh,
I don't
Bernie.
I don't get it. I mean, I love most people, not everybody like her.
She loves the hot tub.
Yeah, that's true. Which tonight we'll be back on her channel. If somebody could put in the link to Bernie's channel in the chat, that would be very helpful. Nana Boss, any final words before we get off the air here?
Uh,
just
go
just
go ahead.
the way I see it, our First Amendment rights, that's what we need to be out there protecting, is our, right to free speech. And whatever creator is out there advocating for that, and they need to be sub to. That's all I gotta say. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you, Nana. Hold on, Bernie wants to say
I
something.
miss Nana.
You love Nana too. You love everybody.
I
Jesus.
love Bernie.
Good.
Bernie's
That's how I
awesome.
started in this. I was watching. I've always watched the one a protesters out there, auditors.
Yeah, except not
And
me, pinche Becky.
no, Oh, I'm like I can't see.
I know. I'm just messing with you. And Nampik, my good friend Nampik, parting words from you, sir.
I would say that speak your mind, but be mindful of how you speak.
Yeah.
Be thoughtful to others. Remember, we're all human when the sun comes up and the sun goes down, and even after. Respect each other the way we're supposed to be respected. And don't be afraid to speak up as long as people are willing to listen.
There you go. All
Mhm.
right. My final words is let's have love and compassion for those that would do other people harm. Sometimes their lives are not the greatest. So extending an olive branch here. My email is always open, mexicanlonghair@gmail.com. Let's do something productive. Okay. I'm gonna continue doing what I do. I hope Pinche Becky continues to do what she does, and Nampic and Sasquatch and Nanabas and everybody else involved. You know, do something kind for somebody today. Let's make this a positive experience. All right, and let's move forward. Okay. After this, I'm completely done with it. I don't want to have nothing to do with the drama. I'm not a drama dude. I don't run my channel that way. This is a highly unusual panel today, but it's something that I had to address because when my character is assassinated over and over and over again, I have to address it. And I addressed it today. I hope you guys are satisfied with that. And let's continue on, onwards and upwards. All right. All right, that's all I got for everybody. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe out there. Normally, I do my mental health speech, but I'm not in the right frame of mind to do that right now. But my email is always open, MexicanLonghair at gmail.com if you want to address anything. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. Later, everybody.
Goodbye, chat.
Guys.